Alrighty guys, I just flipped over this board right here in this little seepage. You can see there's some pitcher plants there. Really cool. This perfect little bog where it's really wet. We just had a lot of rain. We got a little southern red salamander. So these guys are not super common in Florida, but there are a few areas where they're locally abundant. And this is an old male. You can see he's missing a foot on the back. These guys aggressively defend their little home territories. So he lives under this board, and he probably doesn't leave it very often, and he defends it against any other males that try to encroach on his territory. So he's been in quite a few fights. He appears to be older, that's why he's so dark, and he's not bright red, so he's probably seen a few battles. Really cool. We're gonna let him go and keep moving. Alright guys, just flipped this board and we have what looks like a Florida red-bellied snake underneath. Not expecting that. No red belly. Interesting. That's a really interesting looking one. So usually these have a bright red belly. This one has a plain tan belly. Huh. These are amphibian, or rather snail and slug eaters, but also amphibian eaters. Cool little guy. These guys live in the margins of wetlands, and they kind of follow the edge of the wetland as the water rises and recedes. Hopefully that guy stays safe and he finds him a meal. It's pretty cold, but he seems to be doing well. Alright guys, I was just flipping through this old trash and, you know, carpets and stuff here, and I flipped a nice corn snake. He's very polite. He's not biting or anything, but it is not a very pretty corn snake, and I think that's mostly just because he's deep in shed. I think he looks this brown muddy color because he's been, you know, brumating all winter, and now he's just coming out for this warm weather that we're having, and well, he hasn't shed yet this spring, so I think once he sheds he'll look a lot better. But cool, we're on the board. Yeah, he's still got some lesions on his face from being under the ground where it's wet. But anyways, pretty cool. I'm glad to finally see a snake today. It's taking a little longer than expected, and it's a corn snake, so I always love to find the species even when they're not the prettiest. But pretty cool snake. We're gonna keep moving and maybe do some more flipping and some cruising. You guys see that up there? Oh yeah, look at those clouds. We got a storm front coming in tonight, and we got some nice cloud cover. It's looking like it's gonna be some pretty prime herping. So I'm on my way to the forest right now. Hopefully we have luck. We'll see something. I'm not gonna jinx it by saying what I hope to see, but if you know anything about Apalachicola National Forest, you know what I'm hoping to see there. Alrighty guys, what a beautiful day it is in the forest. We're out here today to try to find some kind of king snake. I'd love to see a scarlet king snake, or a mole king, or even the one that I can't mention, because I actually want to find it. Bark's kind of toasty, so I don't know if I'm going to find a scarlet king snake. I'll let you guys know what I come up with. Well guys, here's the first snake we've gotten a good look at today. We got a brown water snake sitting here. Let's see if we can get closer before he darts. I'm gonna grab him. Nice brown water snake. Oh, his face looks funky. What's up, bud? Whoa, 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 whoa. Pretty decent sized one. Oh, look at that guy. Pretty cool, sitting here on the edge of this culvert. That's a good sign. I have not seen any snakes. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I have seen one racer on the road so far. I decided to get out and look at this culvert, and sure enough, nice brown water. So I'm going to take a few cell phone shots of him and then just let him go back to his basking. But pretty cool. I love these guys. One of my favorite water snakes. Is not happy. Oh, the doo-doo. It's on my phone too. Jeez, dude. Yeah, I'm done with you. Gross. Let's get back on the road and continue cruising. We're getting some really nice cloud cover. It looks really nice out here. I'm hoping that we'll get to see something else very soon. I think there's a front coming in tonight, so that's why I'm out here in the first place, hoping that I can rustle something up, because usually those storm fronts that blow in from the ocean tend to get things moving. Alright, we got one last piece of tin to check. Then it's just hiking and cruising for the rest of the day. We got 2 more pieces. Got some ants. Piece on the bottom. Nothing. Man, it looks so good though. Looks so good. Out here shining, I just shined up a reticulated siren. Look at that, it's foraging right here. It's actually coming out of the water. He's gonna back up. He's poking around looking for crayfish and little aquatic invertebrates. It's one of my all-time favorite animals. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. They're sometimes called the leopard siren because they have this reticulated pattern with all these little spots, and here he comes. I was hoping he'd back up so we could see his face, but he's really looking around on those rocks trying to dig something out of there, I think. Yeah. Watch him forage. So this is interesting. We're actually getting to watch a siren come out of the water as it forages. That's pretty interesting because they're almost fully aquatic. They very rarely come out, and he's actually coming out a little bit to cross these rocks. His tail's right here, and his tail's actually has some damage on it, but these guys can regenerate almost any part of their body. I've seen sirens even regenerate parts of their head. So he'll be fine, he'll regenerate that tail tip. But I kind of wonder what got after him. I just flipped a ringneck down there under one of the rocks. So they're, yeah, he's stinky. They're common, but we're actually pretty much in the sandhills right now. We're in a little lowland area right now, but these are pretty uncommon in the sandhills, so I don't see nearly as many down here as I did up in Georgia, so that's pretty cool. Alright. Yay! Yeah, a little bit. That's just a wind chill. Well, it's the flip side in my hometown, and it looks like someone's cleaning it up, which is unfortunate, but here's a ringneck as our first snake flipped here. And it's a pretty one. We saw one of these last night in Florida, but that one was in shed. This one is not. He is beautiful.
Still just as stinky.
Yep. Spring is here. Beautiful belly pattern on this one. It looks pretty freshly shed. We'll put him back and see if there's any tin left that we can flip. Hopefully the rest of it hasn't gotten cleaned up. I already see quite a bit that has been. There's a ringneck, 2 of them. Ugh. 2 ringnecks. Well, this is classic Georgia in the spring. Ringnecks on ringnecks on ringnecks on ringnecks. So I'm gonna put them back now, but 2 of these might be a pair, so I'm gonna put this big one back by itself and then go put the pair back together under their board. That's what I'm saying. It's someone scrapping it, I think. Hey, which is what I was hoping for, but we're finding ringnecks. We had a baby shower today, and we did a little bit of herping, and we haven't found it much at all today. And then we stopped at a little roadside flip spot here and pulled a timber out of the tin. So heck yeah, it's a beautiful one. It's got some pink on it. That is awesome. Look at that rattle. It's a total sweetheart too. It's not even rattling. Amazing. What a beautiful snake. Being in Florida, it's been a while since I've seen a timber, so this makes me very happy. As much as I love diamondbacks, timbers are just so beautiful. Look at that. Timber rattlesnakes also have a much better temperament than diamondbacks, from my experience. See how he's pattying out like that. Big, beefy rattlesnake. Releasing this beautiful snake back into the tin. There you go. Alright, I got a banded water snake. Just flipped at the spillway. He's really stinky and I don't really care to handle him too much longer, so I'm going to put him back. But it's a little roadside stop on the way home. Nice to at least see another snake today. Another banded water snake under a rock, bigger one. Pretty chunky. I kind of thought that one was a cottonmouth at first. But it's another water snake. Not too happy with me. I'll let it go. Morning everyone. Today is a beautiful day here in North Florida. I'm headed out to the Apalachicola region of Florida to do some road cruising and flipping. Hopefully we can turn up some snakes today. We got decent weather. There's a few clouds in the sky. I'm hoping that it gets a little bit cloudier than that though. The temperature should be good today, so all in all the conditions seem pretty great for at least seeing some snakes, but we're gonna see. There's some really cool things that I have on the list to see this spring, and they're things that you find here in this area of Florida. First this morning we're gonna be flipping, and then later on we're gonna go into some road cruising, but I'll let you guys know when we find the first snake of the day. Alright, so I was just cruising here, and it hasn't taken long. Jennifer's here with me today, and I stopped to check on this tree here with the pine bark. I peeled it back, and underneath one of the pieces was this little gem. A perfect little scarlet king snake. He's tiny, but he's freshly shed. Feels like he might have a little meal in him. And he's nice and healthy. Look at that snake. They don't come much better than that. These can be pretty common in North Florida, but they're still a treat to see. You really only get to see them at this time of year in the early spring. So I'm so glad we got this guy right off the rip. Hopefully there'll be more to come, but look at that. How can you look at that and not think it's beautiful? Amazing. They live under this pine bark here, and they'll feed on little things like skinks and anoles, little lizards, and other small snakes. Because of course they are king snakes, they're in the genus Lamprepelta. Their preference is snakes that are smaller than themselves. Pretty cool. There's actually another log behind here, so I'm about to peel that and see if we can find another king snake. But it's worth mentioning, you leave the bark on the tree, you just peek under it and try your best to extract the snake without harming the tree, because that is a microhabitat that's important for them. So we're gonna let this guy go and check the next one. Check out this guy. It's a big old click beetle. As you can see, he gets his name because he makes this clicking motion. It's a defense mechanism, really. Or if he gets stuck on his back, he can flip back over. Interesting beetle. You find them a lot in pine bark like this. Another neat find, a turpentine cup. And this one's pretty complete. Usually you just find shards, but it's still broken. Pretty neat. This is a remnant of the turpentine industry, where they would come out here and extract the sap from longleaf pine trees by cutting them open. They'd cut cat faces in the trees, or they'd make these lines, and the sap would run out, and they'd collect them in these pots and use it to waterproof ships and stuff like that. Pretty neat. It's a cool piece of history, considering that that industry is pretty much non-existent now. We're out here in some pine woods, some pine flatwoods, and we've lost most of our clouds. We have a few over in that direction, but we're just kind of cruising and stopping where we can and peeling bark, and then cruising some more and then peeling bark. See what the best method's going to be for finding snakes today, but so far only snake of the day has been under bark, and it was the little Scarlet king snake. Well, the only other herp we've seen all day, besides that Scarlet king snake this morning, has been some skinks and this toad I just flipped. Nice little southern toad. Yeah. I'll put him back. I wanted to stop at this little creek crossing because I was losing hope of seeing any snakes today, so we looked over in the rocks and Jennifer spotted this guy going in the tunnel in the culvert, so I pulled him up to look at him just because we've seen nothing since that Scarlet king, so I have to lay eyes on a snake just to have the energy to keep going. So at least we got this guy. It's a common snake, but it's a snake. He's angry. Now he's finally sitting pretty. But we're gonna let him go now. He's had enough of us and we don't want to get bit. But yeah, you can see how close I am. They chase you though. I've never met a more aggressive animal. Oh, he's chasing me. There he goes.
It makes you eat the dog.
Oh, a crayfish snake. He's tiny. That's the tiniest one I've ever seen. Come here. Yes, come here. Come here. Look at that thing. Oh, look at that belly. Glossy crayfish snake. A very aquatic rarity in most of their range, but they're pretty common around here. But you still hey, look at that. I've never seen that.
Please bite.
Oh, bro, what?
You're
I've never seen one bite someone.
He almost got me. I was gonna hold him for his
Okay,
belly,
yeah. There you
but
go.
he's trying to. He's flaring his little head and everything.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, these are crayfish specialists. They like to eat freshly molted crayfish.
Down to a single stripe.
Oh yeah. And they're pretty hard to find because they're usually living in the muck in the bottom of ditches, eating crayfish. So it's pretty rare you actually see them on the road, but it's pretty cool. Not what I expected to cruise at this time of day, though. Usually see them at night or right at dusk. Cute little guy. All right, we're gonna let this guy go. This road is pretty inactive as far as traffic goes, but we'll still move him off to the side so he can go back to hunting crayfish in this ditch.